Okay, here we are. This is a new experiment that I'm doing. I'm sitting here in my office, and apparently, first of all, this is actually how this was intended to be used because it's just in sort of selfie mode, and that works better than I've been doing with my drum set. Anyway, so the experiment today I call Mario Bricks, and this is the very first time I've done it. Well, I sort of did. It was inspired by kind of accidentally doing this a few weeks ago, I suppose. Basically, I had blocked out an entire day to work with somebody. We decided we only needed an hour or hour and a half, and so all of a sudden I had this whole day free. So one of my ideas is that one of the common complaints, one of the most common things that I hear people talk about in our busy lives is that they just don't have enough time to do everything they want. They don't have enough time for themselves. This is certainly true. I can relate to this, but I'm a single guy who works for myself. I mean, I have more ability to design my schedule than most people I know. Especially, I think about parents a lot, right? Because I don't have the constraints or the joy of having kids. So Mario Bricks is based on Super Mario Brothers. If you remember that lovely game, and this slightly rotund Italian dude would run around and kind of jump, uppercut bricks floating in the air, and then out would pop a coin. So the whole idea with this experiment is step one is to block out a significant chunk of time in your calendar. I'm going to say between 3 to 5 hours. I mean, really enough time to do something for yourself. And go as far out as you need to. I mean, anybody can go far enough out in their calendar and find, half a day. Just go as far out as you need to, and then schedule that. Doesn't matter what kind of calendar you use. Just block it out. And then step two is take that really seriously. Like treat it like you're getting on an airplane or something. Like just something you cannot change, you cannot schedule around, and don't delete it. So I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience doing this so far. That was actually one of the hardest things, because I have big projects going on, and I have clients, and I have people who requested that time slot, and I was tempted to break into it, and I didn't, and I'm really glad I didn't. So then step three, so we've got step one is block out the time. Step two is honor that time, schedule around it. Step three then is you get to the day and you break the brick, okay? And for me, this is very much an embodiment exercise. Part of the experiment is, yes, blocking out the time, but not actually planning anything. The experiment is, what do you want to do in that moment? What is calling to you when the day actually arrives, when the moment, when that time block actually becomes completely open to be spontaneous and feel it in your body and just do what feels right for you in that moment. Could be anything. There are absolutely no constraints on what feels right. Okay. Well, within sort of legal and moral boundaries. I hope that's assumed. So here we go. So I don't know if we can see my calendar here. I use time blocking, so my calendar looks super cluttered, but that's because literally everything I do is on it. So that keeps me sane, so I don't have to think about everything. And right here, let's see if you can see my cursor. Okay. So the Mario brick, hopefully I'm not revealing anything too sensitive here. Right in the middle here, I'll just point to it, is the Mario brick. And I'm going to smash it. Boom! Wow, look at that enormous chunk of time I just got. And now I need to go do something with it. And I'm really not sure. I want to feel into this. I don't know if I'll broadcast that whole experience. One thing is I'm slightly late. I'm not judging myself too much for that. I did treat this time as sacred, and I blocked it off. But there's just a couple little things I wanted to wrap up today, and I'm glad I did. But now I've got, let's say I've got three and a half solid hours, because I also decided I wanted to work out because I've been a little sick and I haven't worked out in a little while. So now I am going to go see what wants to happen. So maybe I'll keep broadcasting. I'll let you guys know where I end up. And this whole thing's an experiment. I'll be blogging about it, sharing it. I think it's a very simple technique and exercise that anybody can do to get that time back for themselves that seems so elusive in our world. Stay tuned.